What's going on, everybody? It's Joe Daniels at Swing This Kettlebell and Strength. I am going to work on some other stuff today based on strength and endurance focus. So notice I have a cut in the hand, and the only way I can keep a bandage on here is duct tape. So anyway, what we're going to do is a lot less kettlebell sport today. Just not going to handle it. But what we're going to do is we're going to do a Turkish Getup medley. We're going to work on different things. So you notice over here is a Fatbell, another Fatbell, so 88 pounds, 52 pounds, and then we're going to do a sandbag on the shoulder, 40 pounds, and then you can see over here is basically a PVC pipe, some thin mini bands, and some 18-pound small kettlebells. So 18 and 18, we're at 17.6. Basically, we're at 35 pounds over here. So the weight's dropping down. And what I'm going to do is a repetition every 30 seconds. This is going to be strength and conditioning. One of my absolute favorite things to do is Turkish Getup. And you'll notice that with the sandbag, we're going to do one of the extended range Turkish Getups that I just put on the video just a couple days ago, from going with the spine parallel to the floor and coming from the elbow instead of fully extended at the elbow. So anyway, I'm just going to watch this clock, and I'm going to take a little marker, and basically every time I see this, I'm going to do it for 20 minutes. So we'll put an X right there, and I'm going to try to go right there. So when that lines up, it's easy because I don't have my phone timer. So anyway, I'm just going to watch that timer right under here, and I'm going to go in about 30 seconds. So that'll give me that 20 minutes. This is going to end up being 40 reps, so 10 of those each, which is pretty awesome. Anyway, so here we go. Ready to go in 10 seconds. Hope you can see this. Feel free to ask any questions. I might change this up. Yeah, I'm going to do each side instead of going up. Oh, this is weird feeling already. You got to be real careful where I'm putting the weight on my hand. Moving on. So here's that extended range get up. Feel free to ask any questions at the bottom, and I'll answer them when we're finished. Whoops. See, already used to what I'm used to doing. I really have to think and focus, and that's why I use these tools, these changing use these changing weights and tools to feel different stuff so I can react to them. That's what sports are about, reaction. So here's a real cool one. It's not a lot of weight, but it's also not a lot of stability. It's not one that you can rush or get hit in the jump or the head. You notice that this is the lightest weight, yet it's taking the longest time to do it. We're back down here. Now I'm going to hurry though. So now back to the heavy weight. If you've never done a Turkish Getup with a Fatbell, it's totally different than what you think. I should have worn my heart rate monitor just to show you the differences and how these different reps affect. So now we're back to the extended range. Trying to show you from a different angle. All I'm doing is locking this into my shoulder and neck. Here's the extended range. Try and come up without using the arm. That means I have to lower down to that position as well. Ten more seconds. Great exercise to focus on adapting to the changing environment. Notice I start this with a 45-degree angle. And allow it time to rotate while keeping that shoulder reacting and stable. What you can do is just pass it off and wait. Now this is not about weight. It's about reaction and stabilization. Back to the beginning again. It's already time to go. It gets to the point where this 52-pound fat bell is the easiest of all. Here's the thing about things being lighter. Sometimes people hurry and lose control. Now this is just a regular 1-inch PVC. Now I got through that one faster than the last couple. But it gives you a very interesting input. Whoops. See, I'm thinking about the last rep. And back down again. So this is an 88-pound fat bell. And almost 3 months ago or so, I wasn't able to even hold this thing due to a shoulder injury. Now, we're back. We're taking our time. Well, see, already different. Man, These fatbells are wonderful. There's no counterbalance like there is with a kettlebell. It's not hanging back here. If I go this far, way too far, it's taking me with it. Rolling on down the mat. Just keep moving, keep moving. Assess your environment, assess your situation, and what you've trained for will happen with repetitions and reaction and keeping your mind and your nervous system into what you're doing. This is a major component of how I train for everything and how I train people. Not the same way the whole time. Especially if they're in a sport with changing environments. It can still be progressive. I can still work on a lot of different variables if I'm doing a similar workout. Next time I might make it longer. Next time I might do double sets with the heavier weight. Getting close, it's basically one more round. That's also 8 more Turkish Getups. Thinking, this is still the most dangerous part of a heavy weight. Almost there. Almost 20 minutes in. The sweat's coming. Yeah, this sandbag's covered in sweat. It looks like the final round, final 2 reps. So far I've managed not to knock myself out with these, or hit myself in the junk. I'd say that's a win-win. So this is something that's really easily made at home with the PVC pipe and the thin bands. It's not about the weight, it's not how much heavier you can go, it's quick and reacting. There, that side to side motion that I'm getting on my left arm is really challenging. There we go. All right, so I'll sit and chat for a minute while I do a little boomstick action on quads. I try to do an exercise session like that once a week. Absolutely love Turkish Getup. So the thing is, Turkish Getup isn't an exercise specifically, but more of a sequence of exercises, sequence of movements. So I feel that it's highly beneficial for body awareness, for almost everything. Like, ooh, quads are twitching. That's good stuff. That's good stuff. That's the thing. I have a lot of people that lift really, really heavy weights and end up hurting themselves on light weights because they've trained their body just to focus on those heavy weights, and they need, you know, activation and everything working in concert to get that heavy weight, but move safely. But then all of a sudden they drop down to something that they might do in their daily life, like bend over, pick up a pen, pick up their kids, brush your teeth, all sorts of stuff that they're not engaging certain muscles in their hips and in their torso as much as they need to be. Just because it's not heavy weight doesn't mean we need to not focus on it. So the more we do all sorts of these different variables, I feel the safer we're going to be when we do things. Athletes, when you're out there, you know, playing your game or your sport, not everybody has weights attached to them, okay? A lot of times we're playing football and the weights we're going up against are trying to outsmart us. That's the thing, like you deadlifts and squats and barbell, all that stuff, it's just, it's a tool. And it knows gravity and that tool have a relationship. Now, you go up against the line, wide receiver or cornerback, anything, playing football, and that weight now has a brain, and it's trying to take you down. So there's a lot of things you think, and we're playing hockey. Very, very similar, except now things are gliding on ice. You have to react totally different. So people get really used to that. Now there's a big difference when we want to do cross-training. Remember, CrossFit and cross-training are not the same thing. So a lot of people do CrossFit and it makes them really, really good at CrossFit and Olympic lifting and other things. And then a lot of people are doing cross-training for their sport. Say if you're a cyclist and you're doing, you know, resistance training, kettlebell stuff, some barbell stuff, battle rope training. All that's going to help you if done in a way that's going to be instead of challenging your training, it's actually working synergistically with your specific training. It can make you better by making filling in the holes, filling in the gaps of your strengths and weaknesses, stuff like that. Trying to think of some other stuff. Really trying to work on loosening up this upper knee area. I have some pretty tight quads. There's a lot of muscle there. I've played soccer and football when I was young, and I've always rode bikes, and now do a lot of kettlebell sport, a lot of jerks especially, and I ride a lot of bikes. So it's a whole lot more legs involved. Even when I think I'm not training my legs, I basically am. I'm using them. So it's easy to go overboard, especially in a sport when the adrenaline's up. And you don't really notice certain things, like flying down a hill on a mountain bike. Doing trail rides, totally different than being on the road. The adrenaline's a little higher. So anyway, there's my workout there, using an 88-pound fat bell, 52-pound fat bell, 40-pound sandbag on the extended range get up, and then the super wobbly PVC pipe, Turkish Getup at the end. So, hope you guys enjoyed that. Ask some questions down below, and I can do some answers. Joe Daniels, swing this. Later.